Hey, everybody. Welcome to Generation Dan, the podcast where we're not all in places where we should be, ever.
Yeah.
I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. I am your old person. And also, I am in someone else's place. As you can see, this isn't my house. This is not, but they do decorate well. So, I mean, it's not all a loss. And we have a guest. Liz,
yeah, that's true.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Liz. Yes, I'm also somewhere where I kind of don't belong. I just recently moved and I'm in my daughter's old loud pink and blue bedroom.
Like, Liz, my heart goes out to you because every time I've moved, I'm like, I don't care, burn it down, I'll buy new stuff. That's it. That's it. I don't care.
So much went into the trash. So much went into the trash. You have no idea.
I have definitely considered that. Liz, do you remember when we were at work and I came in with the stitches on my finger from slicing them up? That was during a move because I was pulling the knife block out of a box and it
which I definitely think, Liz, that he did that on purpose because who picks up knives like that? Come on.
Yeah, who likes to paint the kitchen with their own blood because it makes a good story? What are you talking about?
Goths, teenage girls, they're weird. Let's be honest. Teenage girls are very weird, okay?
I'm in agreement with that.
I mean, listen, teenage boys are dumb as shit and violent. I'll give you that.
I can attest to that,
But teenage girls, that is a lot to deal with. I my heart goes out to them, but stay away from me. Thank you. Don't come near me. You scare the shit out of me. You guys were both teaching high school. I can only imagine how terrifying some of that shit can be.
Do you want to go first?
Why I'm no longer interested in doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a reasonable statement.
Right. That's a whole other.
I mean, listen, and the hilarious part is, let's be honest, is any career level job has its stresses. It has its ups, its downs, its rewards, its losses. That's just any career level job. But to be an educator is extra bad because you're like, I'm customer service for 30 people that I don't like for 6 months. That's a nightmare, right? That's
it's more than 30 people.
And it's more than 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I was trying to be nice to you. It's not on me. I live in Canada. It's different. Anyway, so
in Canada where it's better funded, yes.
Not anymore. Just so you guys know, it's always getting worse. So, huzzah! Just so everyone is aware, it doesn't matter where you go. Education is constantly under attack for no fucking reason. Let's be very clear, because the whole idea is if you educate young people well, they become less of a burden later on in life, but harder to control. So after doing the stressful thing, let's be honest, for some time, you were like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm going to do the second most stressful thing in the world, and that is move. Liz, I feel like you have stories. You have stories that should be entertaining, no?
Hell of a segue, man.
Okay, you just want me to dive right in? Okay.
Why not?
All right. So let's give a little context. So I was teaching in Long Beach, California, and I decided for family reasons to move back to Louisiana, specifically to a little city called Slidell, which is right outside of New Orleans. Okay.
Beautiful.
And 6 years ago, my daughter and I, we moved, the opposite way. We moved to California.
Right.
And that was a hell of a trip. We had a snowstorm that we ran into, just so happened. Parts of the
sorry. That in and of itself is like, we're going to where the sun shines forever. How do we get there? We go through the snow. Yeah.
That's first. Totally we were like the fucking post office. It was rain, snow, sleet, and hail all the way to California until we got to Cali, and there was still snow in like the parts of Cali that we drove through, which was insane. But that was getting there. So
yeah, people forget that California is like not just the beach; it's mountains and desert and mostly desert. But
now upgraded to thinking that it's not only homeless people; there are people who live here too. So. Okay, you were ungrateful for your compliment, and now you get homeless people. There you go.
Okay,
so, continue, please.
Jesus.
So this time around, I made the so we were deciding to move back. We decided we were going to drive again, because it's just instead of shipping all my shit, which is really difficult to like manage and work out and all that good stuff. So I also happen to have a daughter that is transitioning into college. And so speaking of weird teenagers, right. Well, the first flub or fuck up or hitch in the road, I don't even know what to call it, was that we were originally supposed to be leaving Cali on the 23rd.
Okay.
But about a week before school ended, which was like June 6th or some shit like that, we found out that my daughter had an in-person orientation in Chicago. So that pushed our move up date by a week.
Nice.
So first things first, I lost a week worth of packing and organizing and doing whatever to get prepared for the move. Then we get to graduation. My daughter graduates. Family comes to visit. So that kind of holds me up. I can't really like pack and push it out because I got all these people in my house. And so I have 2 German Shepherds. We finally decided we were going to leave on the 19th. On the 17th, the 16th, my German Shepherd female went into heat. And so if you know anything about female dogs going into heat, that means that they kind of bleed all over the place. And so now I got to buy pull-ups and so what I do when she's in here is I buy pull-ups and I cut a hole in the tail and I slide the pull-ups on her, pull a tilter. So that's the thing. So I got 2 dogs though. So I got 3 actually. I got 2 German Shepherds and I have a Yorkie. So I got 2 males and a female. So my 2 males are in a whole other like state of interest at this time while I'm trying to get my life in order. And so that was that Sunday. So that Sunday before we plan to leave, the female dog goes in the heat. I got to go grab all this shit to take care of that.
Yeah.
Monday. Right. So, but I'm okay. I'm positive. I'm optimistic. Okay. I'm an idiot. And so
which is, hey, that's helpful. That's helpful. It's like, listen, I'm too stupid to realize how bad this is. I'm just going to keep on. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
So Monday, it was looking good too. It was looking good. Monday, I was like, okay, I got a plan. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I went out to go run some errands, and I'm out running errands. I'm throwing shit away at Goodwill. Not throwing it away, you know what I'm saying? Donate.
Yeah.
Dropping it off.
I was dropping stuff off at Goodwill. Yeah. I'm going to the post office to mail a box or 2.
I call that sprinkling karma before you leave. Just a little, good deed. Bye-bye.
Well, just wait a second, sir. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stop at the bank, grab my like travel cash, whatever.
Yep. The last 10 things.
Last 10 things. I get a call from my daughter. I'm like, oh, she must be hungry. I pick up the phone and my daughter is screaming in my ear. I broke my ankle. My ankle is broken. So
Wait, that was immediately after she broke her ankle?
Yeah, she called me.
I just like the idea of like, break your ankle.
Oh, no. Well, I found out later she said she's probably screamed for a while, and luckily her phone was nearby. So she called me. I had Habitat for Humanity was coming to pick up the furniture that I wanted to donate because, like you said, taking all of this shit with me, I wanted it the fuck out of my house. I just wanted to go.
Yep.
And so while I was out running errands, she decided to start disassembling a desk to make it easier for Habitat for Humanity to take it. But what happened?
No, see, those are the good deeds that don't go unpunished. It's
okay.
I'm going to do the extra. No, don't do the extra. Do the thing.
They are paid to take the desk. Just let them take the desk, man. Like,
just let them take the desk. So, or just wait. So
hold on. How old is she? How old is she?
She'll be 18 tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you know what? That checks out. That's the mistake you make at 18, where you're like, I tried to help. That's just stupid. Don't help. Do what you're told and shut the fuck up. That's see. That's you learn that. You learn that. 18 is a good age to learn that, though. So let's continue.
Well, you know, she knows that shit now. I'll tell you that. So, yeah. So the desk fell on her ankle. It cracked her ankle. So, needless to say, I don't even know if I have the words to express the level of, like, if there was like a little person in my brain, she was like on fire, just running around. Trying to, and on the outside, I have to stay cool and collected because my kid is freaking out, and you know, she's in pain and she's feeling like guilty now and all this other stuff that I, as a parent, have to kind of take on. And it's a whole, you know, that's the situation.
Yeah. Adult the shit out of the situation. It's bullshit, is what it is. But yeah.
It is fucking bullshit.
Such bullshit.
So so we stopped everything we were doing. We had to run to urgent care and get all the stuff done. And then as soon as I got back home, Habitat for Humanity showed up.
So, it's convenient. It's convenient.
Yeah. Well, but what you may not know is that Habitat for Humanity cannot come into your home. So
even with your consent, you can't be like, come in.
They can't. It's against their policy.
It's a liability thing.
Yeah. They have a lot of rules they have to follow and stuff like that, even down to, like, you know, where they can park and whatnot. And so now I'm by myself with my kid with the broken leg, with the dog in heat, and 2 other dogs, and I'm like in this shitty 2-bedroom apartment in Long Beach, and I'm trying to keep everybody separated while I'm pulling out furniture, while I'm watching out for ankles, while I'm got all kind of, because I had started packing the night before, so there was like shit everywhere now. Yeah. And Habitat for Humanity is like standing right outside of my door going like, come on, lady, hurry up. We got more pickups. And I'm just like,
that's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was fucking crazy.
I probably would have killed some Habitat for Humanity guys. Just a little bit. Like just that last, last factor. Like that's one too many things for me to handle, I think.
So Liz, I have a question. Your daughter, the ankle break, how bad was it? A clean break? Is that something that
it was a clean break. It wasn't a displaced break either, so they didn't have to set it. It just kind of it broke through and through, but it broke in place.
That's that kind of break, if it's not good, like if it's wonky, will hurt until the day you die. It never so my wife has a piece of titanium with 6 screws in it. And she's like, it always is sore. It's just always painful. And I'm like, that's the problem. Is like, listen, I'm the type of person that when I step on top of a chair, everyone goes, hey, careful, right? So it's one of those things where you learn. You're like, hey, do some stretches, be flexible, make sure you warm up. You know, all the things that teachers told you to do in school where you told them to go fuck themselves because they're old and stupid. Those things you need to do now. It's very important.
Yeah, I'm over 40. So standing on chairs is definitely something, is a risk for me at this time.
It's reckless is what it is. Go get a ladder. That's what you're supposed to be. Not the top of a chair like an animal. Like what are you, Cirque du Soleil? You gonna do a cartwheel now? Come on.
Let me tell you. So for my packing, I have a little SUV. So I had the bag. I ordered this bag to put on top of the car. And so I had to, pack the bag and stuff like that. So I'm on a little step ladder. And every time I'm on the step ladder, all I can think of is the worst case scenario where this ladder just like comes down. And then I just imagine my face just like, sliding down the side of the car and just slamming against it. Every time
you
I'm
can
like,
hear it.
totally,
You can hear the
and just
It's that same part of
God,
your brain that, like, when you're on the edge of a bridge, it goes jump. It'll be funny. Like, just that same, like, why would you think that?
It would be. Let's be honest. You just look and go, are they watching? Because it's gonna be funny. Like it's not. It's not gonna not be funny, right? Like it may also be traumatizing, but it's definitely gonna be funny.
When I was a kid, I was on a skateboard and fell off and didn't get my hands up in time. So, like, part of that tooth is fake. And now, whenever I fall, I'm like, I just imagine my teeth like going like glass everywhere.
Right.
Basically, yeah.
I know that more than one person who's had the front fall, and they have either like the caps or they had to get the replacement teeth, and I'm just terrified of that. I've been hit by a car, so I've had a broken arm.
Jesus Christ, Liz.
Yeah.
I feel like
I was a kid though. Yeah.
Listen, you get that done early on in life, and things are easier because listen, hey, when you're a kid, things are bendy, they heal properly, beautiful, nothing to worry about. You know, it's hey, as soon as you crack even 35, you start to go like, why does that hurt? You're like, that never used. Oh no, I'm old. Things are going the other way now, and
things that aren't even broken. Fucking
just hurts. It just hurts for existing. It says, "Oh yeah, now we don't work right anymore." Like, why not?
Oh my god,
got old.
I had a random pain the other day. It was like something was. I was like, where did this even come from? I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
My first hangover of my 30s was like different. Like literally, I went out drinking for my birthday. The day after, it was one of those like you're not recovering from this till like
not the same.
Yeah.
It's just you start to learn little tricks that you've heard from other people where it's like, oh, eat this, drink this, space it. Like for every 2 drinks, have a glass of water. For every this, do this. And you start to piece your system together that by the time you're in your 40s, you're like, oh, I'll drink you under the table because now I got a plan that I put together, you know? Before I leave, I've already ordered the pizza that I'm going to eat in the middle of the night at home. It's already going to be waiting.
Yeah.
In your 30s, you have weapons grade hangovers. By your 40s, you know how to deal with them. Like,
yeah, exactly. You learn the kung fu. That's all it is, right?
My strategy was always like eat something gross like Taco Bell or like a huge burger
100%.
or something, and it didn't work that time. And then Dino told me his strategy, which is the thing where like you trick your body into retaining water or something. What was it again?
Basically, yeah. So you before you pee, you drink a large amount, like a bottle of water or some Gatorade, something, and then pee right before you go to bed, and then go to bed. If it's a massive amount of consumption, always throw 2 aspirin in there just for the fun of it. Can't do any harm. If you're really aggressive, I will do one worse where I will actually throw in like some like body ache Aleve, which lasts like 20 hours. Also after that, just you're going, listen, I'm going to have to drink a lot of water tomorrow, but nothing will hurt. I'm like, that's unless you don't drink the water, then you're like, you gotta, hydration is important. It
is. It matters.
Did you guys remember drinking?
It's the opposite of alcohol.
Yeah,
what?
What'd you say?
I said hydration is the opposite of alcohol.
I mean, it's one of those things. What did you say, Atlas?
Do you guys remember drinking a lot of water as kids? Because I definitely did not.
Yes. So I drank a shit ton of milk instead because when I was young, everyone was like, if you don't drink 9 liters of milk a day, your bones will turn into dust and you'll turn into a flesh sack. And that's
I remember the Got Milk commercials and like the milk mustache and stuff. But yeah, I just for some reason, like Kool-Aid, Gatorade, Capri Sun, like almost never were you just drinking water except for like the drinking fountains at school, which were disgusting anyway.
Yes.
And when you were sick and it was like, here's what, Advil or whatever, and then water.
I'm going to say I drank a lot of water just because all of that shit you talked about wasn't available when I was a kid. Like there weren't Capri Suns. There weren't all those juice boxes. We had the hose pipe. We had sodas in a glass bottle.
Yeah, but Liz, do you remember like at school when they would have like activity, like young school, when they would have like they would bring out the McDonald's big thing, and they'd have like orange drink, and you're like, oh shit, we're doing sugar today, boys and girls. You're like, that ain't juice, that's just sugar and orange, baby.
Orange drink. That's what
Orange drink.
Orange
It's
drink.
a whole other. See, listen,
It's the opposite of the purple stuff from the Sunny D commercials.
well, this
Like,
is the thing: is grape drink is a ridiculous amount of sugar, but orange drink is sugar and orange. Like there is like 2 drops of vitamin C in the giant canister, and you're like, it's technically orange juice.
Tang, man. It was all about the tang.
Oh,
my
Tang?
God.
Listen,
I would take a
astronauts drink
finger
Tang.
and just
Yeah,
stick it in the
that's it.
tang and just
Listen.
eat the tang.
And Tang was one of the first things that started doing like weird combinations and flavors as well. So like they were out ahead of this, but like I remember like back then you could drink water, but you only got like special drinks like Kool-Aid if it was like, oh, there was a party on the street or like someone's family was having a barbecue. So then you'd get like cool drinks.
Yeah.
But back then you could still drink from the hose at your buddy's place. Like, oh, you need a drink? Be like, it's fucking, there's the hose right there. And every once in a while you put on the fucking thing and spray them right in the mouth. Be like, I'm going to see if I can get it from 20 feet away. Just bam, you know?
Or you were like my sister who's like, okay, I'm going to plug it. So it's just a little, and then let it go right in your face.
That's a good sister. She taught you.
The hand control with the thumb when you could control the hose. Yes, I was
so you
excellent
can
at that.
blast people.
I too
listen,
have a younger brother that I needed to terrorize.
Behind the back, you fold the hose. So you're going, I'm not sure why it's not coming out. Maybe check a look, see if it's blocked. Bam, right in the face. And you're like, yeah, that works, right? So getting back to Liz. So number one, I admire the driving. 100%.
Nuts.
You are no. It's not. I love it. It's a different type of hard than shipping stuff.
Hell
right?
yeah.
So it's still hard, but it's a different shenanigans, right? But like so we have a clean break on the foot. Emergency care was efficient, I'm assuming.
Yes, it was pretty
okay?
efficient.
Good.
We got back in time for Habitat. They came.
The bastards.
So
They wouldn't even come in.
Outside in time? Like, did they leave you like high and dry, or did you get your stuff out in time for them?
they got most of what I wanted to give them. There were like I had an older TV that they wouldn't take. But the guy put it out on the curb for me, and like, you know, people are always taking shit off the curb. So
Always.
What the best though was that I put a lot of stuff. I got to this point where I didn't have any more time for the Goodwill run. So then things just started going to the trash. Yeah. And this wonderful lady pulled up with this huge truck and pretty much took everything that I put out in the trash.
That's fine. Yeah.
And she came back the next day and did that shit again. So what I did was, because my daughter couldn't drive with me now, we ended up flying my uncle to California. So my uncle flew out and he drove back with me. So Monday, my daughter broke her ankle. Tuesday, we got my uncle to Long Beach. And then Wednesday, we flew my daughter out to Louisiana. So now I had somebody else who could actually pull some of the weight and drive with me. And my uncle was a professional he was a bus driver for like 20 some odd years. So this was his this was his thing.
His wheelhouse.
He's also like
his literal
crazy uncle. Yeah. Yes, it was literal. And he was like a bus rodeo winner and like all type of shit. So he's like really
so he was like the fun guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the guy that you find in the Mad Max movies to be like, you're driving my like giant tricked out.
Yes, but he's also like the crazy uncle, like
even better. That's what you want on a road trip. On a road trip, you want the crazy.
With John Candy.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Is it Uncle Buck?
Also Uncle Buck.
Also, so he's my Uncle Buck, right?
Okay.
He's like an Uncle Buck type of guy.
Perfect.
So it was a hell of a trip. With
just so we know, viewers, just so anyone, is he single in case anyone's looking for an Uncle Buck type?
He is not. He is.
If you love giant,
sorry, ladies.
He is in fact married.
Yeah.
He is in fact married. Yes, my lovely auntie. Yes,
that's see. We all know pure shenanigans from that gentleman, but gets snapped up real quick. It's a commodity. Just
fun guy. And I have to say, he came in and like really, because like I said, I was frazzled. I was like, at that point, I was only maintaining sanity for the sake of my daughter. Everything was really a front and a facade. On the inside, everything was on fire.
For sure.
And so he came in and he really just like helped me to like finish packing. So so then I also tried to get a U-Haul trailer, because at the end of things, I was tired of, I got to the point where I couldn't sort anymore.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna throw everything in like a U-Haul trailer and just fucking leave. So I went to U-Haul. The guy wouldn't rent me the trailer because I needed some type of light hitch or something. There's like some type of connection. So then this was the other thing, right? So when I moved to Cali, I rented a U-Haul trailer. At that time I had an F-150. That time I drove by myself. It was me and my daughter, but I did all the driving from Slidell all the way to Long Beach. Just me, every fucking mile, right? And we had a trailer on the back and 2 dogs and a fucking snowstorm, right? So I knew we would make it back because I had made it there with all this stuff. So to rent the U-Haul to get to Long Beach was about $200 because I only needed the small one, just for like, clothes and shit like that. The same size U-Haul trailer from Long Beach to California was almost $1,000.
What the?
Plus, when I got there, the guy said they couldn't rent it to me because they needed this light hookup. So we're at Tuesday now. My last day in my apartment is Thursday. Okay. So he says I need this light switch, but they don't have the light switch. And the guy who installs the light switch went out on an emergency that morning, and they're not sure when he's coming back. So if I wanted the hitch, what I would have to do is go to a different U-Haul on Wednesday, get it installed there, then go to another U-Haul to pick up the trailer, because they didn't all have a trailer that was available to go one way. So that shit would have cost me about $1,300. So I said, well, fuck all that.
Yeah.
And what I did was,
it's a good answer.
I already had this bag for the top of my car, this like waterproof huge bag that you could pack. So I just ordered from Amazon this basket and bag that I could put on the back of my SUV and just pack my car like an insane person. So like, I wish I had pictures. I should have taken pictures, but I think I was really scarred by the whole process at the time.
And a side diagram of the center of the earth where it's just like layers upon layers of stratified crap.
So you like pull up a Mazda and I have this huge fucking stack of stuff on the top. And then I have this huge, like, additional 300 pounds hanging off the back of my car. So now my car's driving like a snail. And we finally get everything loaded up. It's Thursday. It's the last day I can be in my apartment. We finally hit the road. It's like fucking 5 o'clock. We're 45 miles away from my home. We slam on the brakes. Half the shit out the back comes flying on top of the dogs in the middle of the car. So we had to pull over. I had to rearrange. I had to throw some shit away on the side of the road. Just because there was, at that point, I was ready to just say, fuck all this stuff and just unhitch everything.
Yeah. Just throw it away.
I didn't do that. So we stopped at maybe like 10 o'clock that night. So we only got a few hours in that first night, but I just had to get going. Like, it was at the point where if I didn't start getting away and getting the fuck on the road, I don't know if I would have ever made it. I was like there's this old movie, Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. Mm-hmm. I was at that place. So thanks to my uncle, we got on the road. We stopped that first night in some hotel in California, and then the next day we were rolling, man. We made it the next day to somewhere in New Mexico, I think is where we ended up stopping. Yeah. We almost had a clean run. Except that on the National Lampoon Family Vacation, when the grandma is like on top of the car.
Yeah.
That was like, I felt like that was all that was missing. So I have, like I said, I had 2 German Shepherds. So I have a huge cage that I like at home, you know, when company come, whatever. I had to have a fucking cage for the dogs.
Of course.
So it wouldn't fit in the car. So on top of the bag, we strapped the cage, right? So, but it's folded down. It's folded down and it's on there, and we're going, right? So night one,
yeah,
we stop at this hotel in California, and I'm exhausted. As I'm laying down, the dogs start like chasing each other because remember my dog is in heat.
Yeah.
So I have to go in. Now it's like midnight, and I'm outside of the hotel because my uncle's already asleep, trying to get this fucking cage off the top of the car. One hook won't let go. One of those bungee cords.
Yeah.
The one bungee won't let go. So now it's me holding the cage on the side of the car, trying to like finagle this. So now the entire side of my car is fucked up because it's all scratched up from the cage, right? Because if the cage falls, it's going to land on my feet, and then my feet are going to be broken, and then
100%.
I'm just going to die right there in this fucking roast out. So anyway, so I get the cage in, get the dog separated, get some sleep. We strap the cage up. The next day, we're all good. We make it to New Mexico. We got another leg to go before we get to San Antonio. So that was going to be our next stop. I have an uncle and aunt who live in San Antonio. So we make it to their house. We could rest for the night. They had a huge yard. I could let the dogs run around, all of that great. So we're about halfway there. We're listening to podcasts. We're chopping it up. We're talking, hanging out. Pow! The fucking cage flies off the top of the car. We're on the freeway. There's traffic. There's cars behind us. The cage flies off the top of the car.
Oh my God.
Onto the road. We're like, what the fuck just happened? So we get off at the next exit, and like we have to loop around and come back. So fortunately, I was afraid that we were going to come back and it was going to be like a pile up, like that we just like
for sure
a bunch of people. So we got back, we found where it was. Nobody was dead, but in that short time, clearly several 18-wheelers had run over the cage because it was demolished. Oh. So we jumped out and just pulled the pieces off the road to just prevent, you know, anybody from getting a flat tire.
That's the best thing to do. Like you did the right thing.
I think we fucked this one guy's car up because we passed him when we were getting off, and he was like checking his car, but we just kept going. So I don't know if I get something in the mail, then I'll let you follow up. Yeah, fuck that guy. So we got back. So we got back on the road, and we made it again to our like next stop, and it was just we made it to my uncle's house, but it was just so insane. Like it was so terrifying to have this shit, you know, fly off the top of the car.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no question.
So
millennials in the audience, if you remember Final Destination 2.
Oh yeah.
Logs off the back of the truck. Jesus Christ.
100%.
That's 100%. The mental image I got. Was the cage flies off and like
instead of logs, it's going to be giant steel ninja stars just right into your car. Yeah,
there you go.
Which who doesn't want that? That's gonna. I mean, you can't make that shit up. But at the same time, listen. I'll be honest with you, Liz. I am really enjoying this story for the specific fact that it was almost catastrophic, but everyone was okay. It was the worst situation, but everything worked out, which I'm like, listen, that is a roller coaster I'm all for, right? Because it's just like, it's everything could go wrong, but we saved the day, and then we just threw it on the side of the road. Fuck it. What are you going to do? Some guy had a problem. He didn't have a gun. Not our problem. We just drove away. That's fine. I like it. I think that's the way you should do things. But so you get to your uncle's place. That's where we're at.
We get to my uncle's place, and it was actually it was pretty cool. My dogs came in and pissed all on his floor. So at
that point, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, no,
that's my words. At that point, I was like, "Hey, you guys got any wipes? Let me just clean this shit up." Like my little one, my small dog is a Yorkie, and he's like the real asshole, right? Like my big dogs, they look scary, but they're so sweet and even kind of skittish in some ways, but my little one is a dick.
Yeah.
And
that
he
makes
really
sense.
is, man. Like I should have renamed this guy Richard, but he's like even right now, like, okay, side story. So we got home. I'm gonna go back to my uncle's, but we got home, and occasionally, and I'll have to share this poem with you when I find it because I gotta unpack. So I wrote a poem about it. A couple of years ago, when my female went into heat, my little Yorkie humped himself into a state where his little red meat got stuck. It not only like came out, but it wouldn't go back in.
Yeah. There you go.
And I had to resolve the issue.
Jesus Christ.
My God. This is
It's
crazier than the
actually,
horse named Cocaine. This is
it's basically
stuck on that field mouse. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's fantastic.
I wrote a poem about it because it was so traumatic. And
I mean, that's the least you should do. Like, you could write an entire film on that shit. That will fuck you up.
Yes. So he's
like
worked
also
himself
too
into that state now. He's actually like that right now. So I'll have to resolve it again like today.
I think at that point you could just like have a black and white movie where you're just like almost passively smoking a cigarette, just being like, oh, God damn it, not again.
Well, hold on, Liz. I'm just throwing this out here. Is you definitely need to write this as the next Tyler Perry movie or something, because this kind of shit. Like, I feel like you could have every role in this entire movie be Tyler Perry. Like,
oh my God,
Tyler Perry's going to be the men, the women, the children, the great old people, the young people. He's going to be. I really feel this could be a Medea Christmas. I feel like. I'm just throwing this out there. It's an idea.
I'll send a draft. Medea
100%.
moves across America.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Medea does Nolans. It's just, I mean, like that's it writes itself basically.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Okay, so we're at my uncle's. We're at my uncle's house. My dog comes in and urinates all over the floor. He poops on the floor. So I have to clean all of that up. But the big ones are great. They go out in the backyard. They have a great time. They're wonderful. They just do their thing. And it was really cool in a way because my uncles, they have kind of like a little strained relationship. So they don't really do super well together. So I was kind of nervous about even stopping there because I didn't want it to be like a thing. Yeah. But fortunately, this is like the beautiful part of the story. Like my two uncles, they really, they care about me. So I think they kind of put their differences aside and everything worked out. Yeah, they were even like kind of joking with each other by the end of it. When they're cursing each other out and it's like, haha, that's way better than so that was a good sign.
Yeah. When men refer to each other as retarded and gay and stuff like that, everything's fine. That's it. Yeah.
Right. Sons of bitches. Those were like,
yeah.
So it was that they were cool. That was good. We hit the road the next day, and I don't know if you guys know about Buc-ee's. Do you know about Buc-ee's?
Yes, I've heard of it. I've never experienced it.
I'm house sitting for my in-laws right now, which is why all the Disney stuff. But there is Buc-ee's merch all over this house because my father-in-law stands for Buc-ee's so hard. It's crazy.
It was actually my first time at Buc-ee's. So, yes.
Dino is both retarded and gay. Thanks, Joey. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun bleeping this out in post. Thanks, Dino.
Why? They're just words. Don't give them authority.
It's not me. It's the algorithm. Because if you say that, then never mind. It doesn't matter.
It only qualifies if it's in the first 3 seconds. So, it's your first time going to Buc-ee's. So I've heard of Buc-ee's. I've watched videos on Buc-ee's. I've had people say, this is what you can't miss at Buc-ee's. I am on a Buc-ee's Reddit. I have heard, but I've never experienced it. Tell me how this fucking happened.
Okay, so this was, unfortunately, I didn't get like a whole lot of time because we were close to the end by the time we stopped to Buc-ee's, and I really was just ready to get off the road. But I did have the shredded brisket sandwich.
Okay.
Yes.
My God. I could. So I bought 3 of them. I bought one for myself, one for my daughter. I ate both of them.
Smart. The amount of trauma I've been through, the pull-ups, the bookcase, the desk, the broken ankle, the cage on the road. I deserve a second brisket. Do you understand?
Dude,
Hey.
and I bought so the third one was from my auntie when she got hers. My mom wanted some fudge. I ate almost all the fudge.
Good.
But it was amazing. It was like it's huge. It's like a gas station and a restaurant and a grocery store and an art gallery and a rest stop and a dog park, and it was just in a museum. It was just there was so much to see, and it was packed. There were people everywhere.
I feel like it's just a bunch of people who know how to have a good time. They're having a good time, and they're like, hey, I think this is interesting. Let's talk about it. Maybe we're gonna have some stuff. I have also heard though that their brisket sandwich is unhinged.
That shit was so good, man. I could eat another one right now. Like I'm telling you right now, I could go again. And we actually passed 3 on the way because I guess they're more popular once you get like through a certain part of Texas. Okay. So right after San Antonio was the first one, and we didn't stop there because there were lines on the freeway to exit to get to Buc-ee's. And when we passed it, there was a line from the other direction. So there were lines in both directions. It has a car wash. It has a gas station. Like I said, there was a bakery. Which was separate from the fudge area. There was a separate like sandwich making area. They had, and I didn't even get to the back where they have like all the all the gear, all the like Buc-ee shirts and all that good stuff. So now that I'm back in the South, I'm sure I'll get another Buc-ee visit sometime soon.
Listen, tell us when we'll go live. We'll have you just do a walkthrough of the whole. We'll just do the show.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, because like, listen, I have to. I've traveled a few times by bus just because I lost a bunch of weight. So now I'm like, I can know that it sucks, but I'm not. It's not as bad because I'm not so fat. So I'm like, I might start doing that to random places. I might go back to California. I don't even know. It's just, but it's on the table.
Hey, you came to my wedding. Come on down some other time. We'll do some shows together.
I mean, it'll be funny. That's why. Can you imagine? I take a bus to Buc. Anyways, continue. So, Buc-ee's. You buy a sandwich for your daughter. You're like, fuck it. I'm eating both. Yeah. I deserve it.
It was delicious.
My moment. It was delicious.
Yeah. So I'm in, and after that, we weren't that far away. So we made it home, without any other like hitches or other like little drama. After that, and just I made it in Sunday. And then because of my daughter's orientation, I had to fly to Chicago Wednesday. So I just got back from Chicago Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could put my hair down right now and go to sleep.
So listen, you know what? But that's the thing is like you're going to take that time and just crash, Like,
I am.
Absolutely.
I can't believe you, like at no point were you like, look, I got to reschedule or something. This is too much.
Oh,
with us. It keeps her focused. Like I've been through shit like this, and you're like, I need a prize that is like, because it just organizes everything. Because it's kind of I do this with like food because I do a lot of fasting. So I use that as a marker of like an event, and it keeps me able to kind of keep track of everything. Because this is a wild story. This is 100% like I feel you could go one of two ways. You could go the way of like you're leaving because you murdered 7 people, or you are going to find the love of your life in New Orleans. Like there's so many story avenues that we can do. I feel like it's gold. It's just anyways, but yeah.
I'm happy to be of service.
I mean, listen, this is your moment. Like, we've already been talking with one of our other friends, Cole, because he has a story. When he was young, he got kidnapped for like 6 months by his stepdad. And you're like, it's a hilarious story, but also like it doesn't happen in real life. Like, that's not real. And he's like, oh no, it was fucking real. And you're like, same thing. You making that travel, and you're like, yeah. All of a sudden, the car top explodes, and ninja stars attack all the cars. That's wild shit.
Unless it was a screwball comedy, by like the fifth thing, you're like, this is starting to sound like you're just making shit up. You know? Like,
100%.
I was a little nervous. I mean, let me see. Like a month before I left, I had 2 nails in my tires. I had to get a brand new set of tires.
Yep.
Then about 2 weeks before we left, my battery died, so I had to get a new battery. Just like, you know,
this is the prequel. I didn't know.
Is the universe saying? What is the universe saying to me at this time? Right. Like, I couldn't even. Is it saying like, get ready, bitch, because this shit is about to be wild, or is it saying like, don't go anywhere? I don't know. I couldn't tell, but I kept going.
No, and I think you made the right decision, because if you, it's one of those things that only recently have I really gained perspective on, is that like, if you don't finish what you start, then you're just stuck in the middle, and the middle usually sucks. Like, the middle of the job is the worst part, because you've put in so much and you still have a fuck ton to do.
That's like, how it feels with packing.
100%. Yeah, there's listen, and the worst part is you'll pack stuff up. Then when you're unpacking, you're like, I don't need to unpack this. Why the fuck do I have this? And you also like, you start, it's every chance you move, it gives you an opportunity to purge, but also realign your priority system for possessions, right? Because stuff is just stuff.
It is. It is.
And that's where like, I'm like, there's like, my clothing is important, because I'm like, I have tailor-made stuff. It's important. You know, I treasure that. I'm like, furniture, I don't care. I'll just buy more furniture. I have 2 pieces of furniture that like my mom gave me, so they're very important to me, because I like restarted my life and everything like that. And like certain things that I have with my wife, yes, 100%, I would save that. Everything else, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll just buy a new couch. I don't care, you know.
And see, that's why the orientation, losing that week, really fucked me up, because when we moved to Cali, I was super organized. I was a total nerd. I had I had a legal pad, and I had, each box was numbered. Yeah. And each box had a page on the legal pad with an inventory. So when we moved in, it was like, boom, this goes here, this goes there, this goes here. This goes there. Oh yeah. This move,
garbage bags.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's the superior packing form. Sorry. Not my fault.
Oh my God.
For any of our students who are watching this, there's a reason you all went to her with your problem. She was good at that stuff.
Listen, hey, and also too, if you're moving a dresser, just take the drawers out, tape the outside so everything stays in there, and now it's just a box. That's how it goes, okay? Hey, it's not my fault. It makes fucking sense. Okay? It's just like that's the whole thing, is that people have this mentality of how things are supposed to be. And like going through an experience like this, like Liz, you have to admit, like, you're like, I never want to do that again. But at the same time, I fucking did it. So eat my ass, you know, like it's, you know, there's 2 sides to it. Like, I don't want to do it again, but if I have to, I fucking can. Right. Like,
I did that shit.
That's the way I see it. Like quitting smoking. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that again. I'm like, oh no. I have an ex-wife too. I'm like, yeah, no, I will chop off my left hand freely. Fuck it. I'll chop off both and just fucking stump you. I don't give a shit. Right. Like, I'll get it done. You ain't, you know, you're not going to trap me in anything.
Yeah. I would not like to do this again. But I know I can. And if I ever had to, oh my God, yeah, I just don't even want to think about that right now. We'll get to that.
I just okay. If you like, I already have the episode title, which is Ninja Stars on the Road. Like it,
definitely.
It has to be, right?
It's Road Warrior Ninja Star. Like it's definitely. So, but here's the thing, Liz, is because you did it once, super organized and efficient, and this time was just get it the fuck done, right?
Yes.
Let's be honest, is if you had to do it again at some point, you know exactly what you do and don't have to do. Like you may be more efficient, but there's a lot of steps that you're going to be like, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that shit again. That's
as you had the organized and the chaotic. Now you know somewhere in between, right? Is that what you're getting at? Or?
Well, the thing is, because I was previously married and had a huge wedding. I explained to my current wife when we got married that I'm like, hey, you don't need to do that shit. And she's like, oh, but I really want to. I'm like, trust me, no one will care. And you'll see it. And you're like, that was a complete waste of fucking money. And afterwards, she says, no, but I want it. Okay, fine, we'll do it. And on the day, she looked at it and she goes, fuck, I hate that you're right. I'm like, sorry. I saw it, and trust me, because like it was, she was like, oh, should we get better tablecloths and cutlery? I'm like, have you ever been to a wedding where someone said, oh my God, did you see their cutlery? It's impossible. This never happened. But every wedding, someone will say, hey, did you have this food? Because it was fucking great. Or stay away from this guy. He's a pervert. Like those are the two, those things happen. And you bank on the food being good, and no one will remember your weird uncle. It's fine. It's good. It works. Right? There's a key.
But that weird uncle will go on a road trip with you. So, you know.
Yes, he will.
I mean, listen.
Tell you weird stories.
He will. Listen, that helps in those kind of situations because every distraction helps. Like,
oh my God.
I'll tell you, like it's situations like this where you run out of tears at some point, and then because you're out of tears, you just start laughing, and it takes you into this weird realm of you going, hey, it seems like I can actually choose to cry or laugh. And it's weird, but I'm okay with the laughter. So fuck it, let's laugh, you know? And you negotiate this realm, and it's the origin of real dark humor, where you're like, so we're driving and suddenly an explosion. We're fine. Don't know what happened behind us though. Just complete and utter chaos.
Man.
Yeah. So that's my wife. Our wedding was awesome. People still talk about it. It's actually our anniversary today. Just to be very clear.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It's 9 years and no one has been murdered. It's very exciting. So
man, that might be a good episode title too. Damn it.
And we've been together for 16, but 9 of them married. So shenanigans.
Congrats.
Well, I was fortunate to get the one Asian that doesn't know math, and she can't figure out how to dosage the poison. So it's worked to my advantage so far.
How you doing, Titanium? Who has a plan to kill me if she's like, you're epileptic, I'm just going to smother you, and then be like, you had a seizure and died. Oh no, it's like.
Oh yeah, like there's
nice cover.
That's the thing is she gets a free pass. Like if you're out of order. As soon as you're out of pocket,
she can even explain the saliva on the pillow. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Victoria says maybe I'm just doing it very slowly. I mean, not surprising, honey. Not surprising. But this is the whole thing, right? Like you make these kind of changes. Like, listen, at this point, so you're now in New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Slidell, which is like right outside of
adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent.
When you say adjacent to New Orleans, if you're using the same idea as like LA, is it like how Long Beach is to LA, or is it like how?
Yeah, it's like it's like Long Beach to LA. It's about 30 minutes, 45 with traffic.
Nice.
Okay.
So all right, not a bad one.
That makes sense.
You're in the suburbs,
and that's like to the heart of New Orleans, like not Like I could get to the outskirts of New Orleans in about 15 minutes. But if I want to get to like the heart, I'd go to like the Bourbon Street and the French Quarters. That probably take me about 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, so you live uptown and you got to go downtown. That's fine. Titanium, from your mouth to God's ears, my wife is watching. Someone needs to buy you Lego sets so you can build it on stream. You're 100% right, sir. And I'm hoping she buys me some Lego, and that's how she can prove she loves me. No, that's fine.
I want the Big Ben Lego set. I love the city ones.
So I have a ton of Lego that I need to build. I just need to do it. But also, I usually do a live stream of it, and I enjoy it so much. But there's a few big Lego sets that I want and have that I'm like, I love building them. But then I'm also running out of space, and my wife is getting mad at me. So what can you do?
He's got Skeletor's staff thing. So
yeah, Lego walls. That is factual. That is it's just an entire. Yeah, she gets really mad.
Here I was.
Gotta go to Legoland. Have you been to Legoland? The one in
No, you can't go unless you have children. So
really?
Yeah, I just go to the Lego stores, but because you can't go to Legoland without children, which I'm like, that's fair. I didn't want to see your stupid shit anyway. Fuck you.
Here, Dino, if Katie and I ever have kids, come with us to Legoland.
Like I already applied to work at the store because I'm like, I'll even work retail for Lego. I don't give a shit. But then they're like, yeah, you also look terrifying. So she said, yeah, well, Lego are a good thing to have. It's only it's part of history. It's
the absolute insanity that just happened over the past 45 minutes. Like, if you ever like do a special, this should be like the last 20 minutes or something, like just wall to wall nutsness. Liz.
Oh, Liz, this is this story has to like we got to cut it into like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes is a solid like that roller coaster is fantastic. I love it.
Well, I'm going to be working on my bits and stuff because I'm going to be getting into comedy and stuff while I'm here.
Fuck yeah.
On some improv groups I'm going to be exploring life with. And so once I refine my stories, I'll keep you guys posted.
Look, improv is great. It is fucking weird, but it is a good feather in your cap. But it is fucking weird.
It's fun though. It is weird. It's that I like that kind of weird nerd stuff though. So it's gonna.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but that's why I have some people like going to improv only, and they don't like comedy. I'm like, you can.
I like both.
Yeah, that's what I like, being funny. That's what I do. So, but anyways, that's it. So.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, I appreciate you guys for having me. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, where can do you are you doing the social media thing or not? Like,
I didn't realize when I saw you guys ads up here, I was like, oh, I should have put my ad up here. But my social media is Real Delicious, RealDeliz, Real Delicious.
I already followed you.
Z instead of the C.
Love it.
Cool. You can follow Generation Dan anywhere you get your social media and fall into a doom spiral at Generation Dan. You can follow me at Atlas Novak anywhere that you get your social medias, or my other podcast, Nexus at Nights, which is about a trading card game. If that's not your bag, I completely understand, because why wouldn't you? Do you know?
I feel like you should start encouraging people just to get a new hobby. Come watch my show. You'll learn about a trading card game, and you can be a loser too. It's fine. It's good. I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. The reason is because I used to be 500 pounds, and now I'm only 250 pounds. And I'm aiming this year by my birthday, which is in August, middle of August, to have a flat stomach. I've never had I was born fat. I've never had a flat stomach in my life. So right now I'm walking like 20,000 steps a day, and I feel good. That's
amazing.
I don't know. It might be stupid as shit, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the worst case scenario, I lose some weight. Best case scenario, I become some sort of magical like centaur, and I walk everywhere. Just I don't know.
You can live at Buc-ee's.
I would. I totally. There's a very good chance I'd just be in the camping section.
If you're magical, you could go between Buc-ee's and Legoland and just live this fabulous life.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. That shit will definitely happen. Anyways, follow us. Let us know. In the meantime, go enjoy your life. I'm going to go have a happy anniversary. Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.